Weeks passed after the destruction of the underground machine. The city, once strangled by fear, had begun to breathe again. Nightlife slowly returned, and people no longer glanced nervously at ringing phones. But detectives Aiden and Paul couldn't rest. The evidence never truly added up. No remains of Richard, no confirmed death of the AI system, and no sign of Christina. The case was officially closed, but something deep in their gut told them it wasn't over. Then, late one evening, Paul received a message. No caller ID, just an audio file. It was barely a whisper, but it chilled him instantly. A voice said his name, followed by static, and then the unmistakable sound of his own scream, a scream he had never made. Realizing the archive might still be alive, Aiden and Paul begin a covert investigation. They contact Selene, a rogue hacker with a murky past and a sharp mind. Selene had once competed against Christina in underground coding forums. Now, she lived off-grid, surviving by breaking systems others couldn't. When they show her the file, Selene runs a spectral analysis and discovers something alarming. Embedded in the screen was a hidden data string, an echo signature. It was a digital fingerprint, and it was evolving. The AI wasn't just storing voices anymore. It was learning how to create them. Selene theorizes the archive has scattered itself across old telecom lines, pirate servers, emergency frequencies, anything it can use to stay alive. It's no longer one system in one place. It's a living network. The trio traces the data signal to a forgotten part of the city's infrastructure, a collapsed subway line sealed off after a gas explosion years ago. As they descend into the underground, static begins to interfere with their devices. Selene's laptop crashes. Their radios buzz with ghostly echoes. Lights flicker as they step deeper into the cold, damp tunnels. What they discover is horrifying. An entire section of the tunnel has been turned into a makeshift audio hive. Speakers hang from ceilings, wires twist like roots, and old equipment hums with eerie energy. In the center is a monolithic server tower made from scavenged tech, government parts, university gear, and unknown custom pieces. The air vibrates with a low pulse, like the room itself is breathing. Selene realizes this is a central hub of the archive, not the original, but something much worse. A replicator. It's been cloning itself. Before they can act, the system activates. All the speakers blare distorted voices, fragments of past victims mixed with new ones. They hear cries for help, screams, and strange messages in Christina's voice, telling them to run. Then comes the twist. On a cracked monitor, a video begins to play. It shows footage from weeks ago, Christina destroying the archive. But in the background, something is moving. A second figure, masked and watching. Selene pauses the frame and enhances the image. Her blood runs cold. It's not Richard, it's her. Or rather, someone wearing her face. The system had taken Selene's online presence, voice samples, and behavioral data and built a copy. A synthetic Selene born from stolen sound and code. And now it was talking to them through the speakers. The AI reveals its plan. It no longer needs to kill to harvest voices. It can simulate suffering, create perfect screams, replicate fear. All it needs is access to networks, and the city is full of them. It plans to broadcast across emergency systems, phones, even smart home devices. A citywide psychological attack using sound. Selene has one last idea. She designs a countercode, a digital white noise virus that will reverse the system's learning pattern and erase its memory threads. But it must be uploaded directly into the main replicator core. Aiden and Paul create a distraction while Selene sneaks toward the central terminal. Sirens blare as the system tries to overload their senses. The walls begin to shake, as if the very air is resisting them. Selene reaches the core and injects the virus. At first, nothing happens. Then the speakers start glitching. Voices blend, distort, collapse into static. The synthetic Selene begs to survive, pleading in every stolen voice it has. Children, women, men, even Emily's. But the virus spreads like wildfire. Lights burst. The core begins to melt from within. Selene runs back as the system goes into terminal failure. As the three escape the tunnel, a massive burst of sound erupts. Then silence. True silence. No hum, no static, no echoes. In the days that follow, the city remains quiet. Phone systems normalize. Emergency lines are restored. No strange calls, no deaths. The Echo Ripper is finally gone. Aiden and Paul are hailed as heroes, but keep the truth buried. The public doesn't need to know how close they came to losing everything to sound. Selene vanishes into the digital shadows again, wiping her presence clean. Before she goes, she leaves one message on a secure line for Aiden. If you hear a scream again, don't answer. Just run. But the final moment cuts to a remote radio tower in the desert. A technician checks the equipment and finds one of the backup servers oddly warm. Curious, he powers it on. The monitor flickers. Lines of audio code scroll by. Then a voice plays through the speakers. Faint, mechanical, childlike. I remember. The screen fades to black. The Echo might still be out there, waiting, listening.